Who's ready? I'm ready. You guys ready? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're at in the world today. Saturday, April 4th, the day before Easter. How is everybody doing? I have a fun stream for today. I've got some fun Easter themed stuff. We're going to look at an interest rate. Who's bummed about interest rates right now? I go back and forth. Well, we're going to look at the national average here in a second. But I have an Easter egg for everybody. I'm going to show everybody an interest rate that starts with 3% today. Does that put everyone in a better mood? We're going to look at a 3% interest rate. We're going to look at 3 homes. I have an Easter-themed home. Yes, I have an Easter-themed home. We're going to keep it real with Ray here in a few minutes. But before we do, let's look at some market statistics and interest rates and all that good housekeeping stuff. Good morning, Ray. Good morning, Mrs. Steinmann. I heard my chat is a little laggy, so we'll test that out today. You guys want to see a sneak peek of something I'm working on? Chat GPT AI is so awesome. Let's see if I still have it here. I'm so close. I almost had it ready for today, but sneak peek. We have a new overlay coming. This will be our screen sharing window. Your handsome host will be up here. In the chat window here, I'll have my fancy QR code. So I'm very close. I wasn't able to get it done today, but next week, it'll be ready for you guys. All right. Shout out to Simon Wilson, one of our favorite travel YouTubers with the Welsh accent saying, "Morning." Okay. Hold on tight. We got some relief this week with interest rates. No, it wasn't a big drop, but with everyone kind of starting to see a conclusion to this conflict in Iran, take that for what it's worth. We saw some relief in interest rates today, this week, back down to 6.45 on a conforming 30-year fixed. FHA back under 6%, 5.91 on FHA. This will definitely give a little bit of boost back to our first-time home buyers or home affordability, or people that are trying to get into a house under a certain budget. This will definitely help, especially in the FHA. And hopefully this trend continues. We're going to look at some tricks. Spoiler alert, nothing new on this channel. We're going to look at the same 2-1 buy downs to show how I would finance a home in a smart way in this market. VA 5.93, but overall pretty good. This is all according to Mortgage News Daily. This is where I get the interest rates for the live stream. It doesn't come from our company. Your rates are going to vary. So I like using this national average as kind of a benchmark on our channel. And there's good articles on here too. I need to reach out to them and see if they'll sponsor the show, because we give them so much publicity on this channel. Mortgage rates are actually lower this week. On any given Thursday, there's a decent enough chance that the average monthly rate headline will be unintentionally misleading. What a great sentence. We're not going to read this whole thing, but I am going to repeat that. On any given Thursday, there's a decent enough chance that the average mortgage rate headline will be unintentionally misleading. At issue is media reliance on the long-standing weekly mortgage rate surveys. If news stories are going to cite this data, that's fine, but it's critical to understand the methodology. So, don't get your average interest rates from the mainstream media. Get it from My Mortgage Hound on YouTube. All right, let's look at some market statistics. I'm sure Ray, keeping it real with Ray, is going to have some things to say about that. Okay, let's see here. Let's start with our local market statistics in Southwest Washington. New listings, 225, only down 3% with the spike in interest rates. That's reassuring. Pending sales up 2%. I'm going to call this fairly flat, 213. We're still adding more inventory than we're taking off the market, so this is good. As we started with an early buying season, kind of hit the brakes. Washington, Southwest Washington, spring breaks this week. I'm going to call it. Next Saturday, we're going to be talking about the beginning of the buyer's market. Beginning of the summer frenzy, I believe, will start a week from today. Okay, let's see what else we got here. How about some lockbox activity? So every time a real estate agent opens a lockbox on a home, that data is collected, and that's what we're looking at here. In Washington, down 4.5%. In Oregon, down 7.6%. This is to be expected with what we've been going through for the last 4 to 6 weeks on interest rates. But year over year, we're right in there. We're up just a tiny bit year over year. Again, I believe starting next Saturday, we're going to see this number start to increase. How steep will it increase will depend on what happens with interest rates, in my opinion. And of course, it's my opinion because it's my YouTube channel, but I have a coworker. His name is Ray Broughton, one of the best loan officers in Southwest Washington, specializes in the Gorge. And he also has opinions. So let me see if I can get him on the phone, and we will have our Keeping It Real with Ray segment. Wants me to log back in. Ray, if you're watching, hang tight. Got to go through 50 security checks to log into our chat here. Now, Ray, this will be his third time doing Keeping It Real with Ray, and he's done good. But as he gets more comfortable, he'll be keeping it more and more real, I would imagine. Holy cow. So many security, face scans. All right, anybody have any big Easter plans? Everyone excited for Easter? I feel like for the last couple years, since COVID, when we have a break coming up, everyone gets so flippin' excited. I'm in that boat for spring break. I'm excited for spring break. I know my family's excited for spring break. Okay, I think we're there. I think we are there. Let's call Ray. Good morning, Ray. Give us 1 second. I'm going to get you on the screen here. Let's try that again. You're in vertical mode and I can handle that. Bear with me 1 second. Ray's outside. Love it.
Yeah. I'm at throw and get inside for a minute, please.
Okay. Ray, you are live. We can see you. We can hear you. What's going on, Ray? Keep it real for us.
All right, so I'm going to talk about one thing that's kind of been a hot topic lately. It's going to be leveraging an asset and escrow. Let's go with these things and what's impacting or making buyers have to fee. I hear a lot of people asking, well, the house seems priced right, and it's true. You can have your comps. The thing we're really dealing with weekly as loan officers is the cost of the leverage or payment when you leverage an asset. That's where a lot of people are, buyers that we're dealing with, especially first-time home buyers, were a completely different market than we were 4 or 5 years ago with rates in twos I've been going and looking, especially in Clark County. Houses are on the market for six figures, a lot of them, that they are assessed at. I don't know what it's going to take. It's going to take people suing, their local municipality, because how can it be, your house sell for hundreds of thousands less than it's assessed at? But personally, I've seen my tax and insurance double in the last 5 years. So that's something we're dealing with. That's a big struggle now, and kind of's got to be calculated into when you see people really putting the pencil to the paper on what they qualify for. Homeowners insurance. Cody, you probably can. I don't know if you
agree with me, but 5 years ago it was, and then the property taxes. I get it. The county's got to really raise taxes a ton to keep the government's overspending habits, but when they're selling or on the market for 100,000 or 200,000 less than they're assessed for, are the counties going to make the adjustments for the buyer? We don't know, but that's one thing I'm really noticing right now.
I couldn't agree with you more. In fact, Tina Vlahos with American Family Insurance, friend of the show, preferred insurance agent, has been giving me a hard time. She goes, your quotes you're giving on your YouTube channel are a little outdated. I'm used to quoting around $100 plus 25, plus or minus 25. And she goes, on some of these properties you're looking at, you need to be in the 150 to 200 range. And so it's across the board with the increase in credit report fees, in property taxes, all of that is impacting home affordability. Ray, where are interest rates going to be next week? We saw a little bit of reprieve today. Everyone is chomping at the bit for buying season to start. What's it going to take for people to get motivated to get into the interest rate environment where it feels like they can afford again?
So I will be the bearer of bad news. Rates are not going to move that much. It's going to take a catastrophic economic casualty for rates to get low into the fives consistently. With the volatility from the war in Iran, it's not happening, people, not soon. Then, especially if troops are put on the ground over there, expect us to be over there and inflation to take off again. I'd like to tell you, believe me, for my book of business, I'd love for rates to be in the 4s or 5s. It's not happening. There's too much volatility. I mean, look at your 401k or any of the markets any day. It's just not there, especially oil. Look at where oil's at. When oil starts to dump a lot, just expect rates to follow it down. But that's not happening anytime soon. I'd say just be ready for it to be in the low to mid 6s, maybe even high 6s throughout the entire summer till this whole, war in Iran is ended. But, unfortunately, as soon as we put boots on the ground over there, it's going to be sticky for a while. We're going to stick in this range.
My favorite saying I've heard this month or last month was, believe nothing of what you hear and half of what you see. I thought the Mortgage News Daily article was spot on with understanding that what you see in the media, the methodology behind the way they report rates on Thursdays might be misleading. Ray, do you have any input on that before we let you go today?
Oh, yeah. I will tell you right now you're going to get me to drop the F-bomb. I saw that last week. Most of those articles are shit from Quicken, okay? Most of that is just them clickbaiting you into crap. If you look at the fine print on those, most of it's just all shit from Quicken. They're putting it on there. They're, you don't know go on, look, read the disclosures on their website. Their rate, they're quoting you too, is usually 25% down, buying 2.5 points, all this other crap. So most of those articles are delayed, and they're mostly just clickbait from Quicken wanting away. Because if you're signed into Google, when you click on the motherfucker, they're gonna call the hell out of you. They get all of your information. You're signed into Google, look on it, click on it, they have all your shit right there. The most of that, I bet you 75% of that is just shit from Quicken. Just is.
Ray, keeping it real with Ray. You kept it real today. You even dropped an MFer. We'll see how the audience likes that. I love it. Glad we got you there. Thank you so much for taking the time out your day. Ray, throw your email address at least in the chat. If you guys need any help out in the gorge, Ray and I work together. We're both loan officers for CrossCountry Mortgage, and he is an absolute stud. His wife owns a real estate firm out in the gorge. so he can hook you up there as well. Ray, have a great Easter.
All right, take care. Enjoy the sun.
Thanks,
Happy
Ray.
Easter, everybody.
Well, guys, we did it. We got Ray to drop some swear words. There it is. Okay, good thing there's only a couple people watching. We'll get some feedback. But Ray's absolutely right. Yeah, love that guy. Okay, I think we're ready to look at some homes. What do you guys think? Yes, that was a big sigh. Not a lot of people watching, but it's the beginning of spring break. I hope everyone's enjoying their travel. If you're watching this recorded, thanks for tuning in after the fact. It's almost as good as being here live. A couple of things before we dive into homes. I bet you, if you're watching this recorded or watching it live and you're a regular viewer, there's a small chance that you are watching this because you received a text message from me or you saw it on Instagram. But if you want to take the next level in your support for the channel, it doesn't cost you a dime. You just click on subscribe in YouTube and you will be, I will show up in your feed. You can also click the bell and then you'll get notified when we go live. Some things we're looking at on the channel, and by we, I mean me, maybe some Facebook Live soon. So we are advancing this summer, spring and summer, on the My Mortgage Hound. Okay, enough horseplay. I have an Easter themed home. We are starting out in Florida. How Easter yellow is this house? I primarily chose this house this morning because it's a new listing and because it is Easter yellow. Good morning, Gavin. Don't worry, I got your house up next. Gavin, how yellow, how Easter themed is this house? All right, so the second reason I picked it, it's because it's in Florida. Is $620 a starter home price? No. But I see somebody buying this home to get their kids into the Florida school district for next year. And at $620, you're dealing with 1,600 square feet. This might make sense for some people. One level. On Easter every year, you could host an Easter egg hunt at your house. Built in 1974, we are at 11722. Oh, no, music. Yeah, I muted it for Ray. Thank you, Mrs. Steinmann. Make sure I don't blast everybody out here. I had to play with the levels. I'm so tempted. You guys see my Spotify here. I'm so tempted. I've been digging this Superstars of the 70s playlist. And I don't know if my channel's big enough to get blocked. Should I try playing Superstars of the 70s in the background and see what YouTube does? I'll let you guys think about that, all three of you in chat. Should I turn off the royalty-free music and put on Superstars of the 70s? No, it's not Easter themed, but I've been listening to it. It's awesome. No, the first one is no. I might do it anyways. Okay. Built in 1974, sitting on 8,700 square foot lot. This home is listed by Christine. Let's see what she has to say. Nice, short, and sweet, beautifully updated, open concept, 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, ranch style home in the highly desirable Florida area. Move-in ready, new roof. Love that. New roof 2025. New furnace, new AC unit, new garage doors, new tile and new laminate flooring throughout the entire home. All appliances are new and included. Fresh interior and exterior paint, Easter yellow. Plenty of parking, ideal for RV, boat, or additional vehicles. Covered patio and fenced backyard. Open house today, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. And on Easter, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. after church gets out. Go down the street and check out the Easter themed home. Tell them My Mortgage Hound sent you. On the map here, Guys, this is for the school district, this is a killer location. To give you a zoom out just a little bit here. Here's I-5, 117th to 119th, Florida Elementary, Jefferson is all right here. So you are half a mile away from the schools. So it is a really, really good location if that is your goal. Let's look at some pictures. You know, I'm gonna do it. This home was built in the 70s. We're going superstars of the 70s. Maybe not Alice Cooper, it's too early, and it's Sunday, or Saturday. Here we go. So, Seals and Croft, we're gonna see what happens. Okay, nice curb appeal. You have a large RV boat parking on the side. Very easy to dress up this front patio. You can put a little fountain in. There's a lot of ideas here. Fresh paint on the inside. Light fixtures look fairly dated, but that is a fun and inexpensive way to update your home. But look at the nice, huge tile floor. Interesting. Is that tile or is that laminate? It said new laminate. I wonder if that's laminate flooring made to look like tile, but very interesting choice here for flooring in the living area. Got a wood burning fireplace, love it. The fireplace is painted white, blank canvas, lots of windows there in the living room, forced air. That's great. So we have, I'm guessing, a gas furnace and air conditioner. Ceiling fan. Guessing that's the dining room. We have a window here and then a cutout into the entry. Yes, that's our dining area. Looks like it's separate from the living space. I like that. Cool little buffet there. Is that what you call that? All right, nice kitchen. Nothing wrong with these cabinets. You could come in here and paint them if you wanted. It would really update the house, especially if you paint them like a solid, cool color. Maybe even two-tone. All right, electric stovetop. Stainless vent here. Bet you there's some Easter sales at Home Depot and Lowe's for maybe some stainless steel appliances. Okay, so we have our utility room through the kitchen. Nice utility room. This is a lot of, it feels bigger than 1,668 square feet. Bedroom number 1, bedroom number 2. Not a lot of windows in the bedroom. Bedroom number 3, I believe. Okay. Yeah, I would do this in the kitchen. I'd come in and paint the cabinets white or a solid color, maybe two-tone. But they got granite in here. Guest bath, dual vanity. Okay, here's our primary suite. Walk-in closet. Single vanity in the primary. Covered patio. Easter yellow. Think of the fun the kids would have. Let's go to the Easter yellow house. Okay, nice backyard. Little landscaping and clean that right up. All right, every week Gavin Huckins sends over all this market data. Here's a neighborhood report for Philida. Now this is important because Philida has a tendency to be a seller's market. There are only 43 homes for sale in Philida. The median list price is $799. The median average price for homes that are currently pending, $650, and for homes that have sold, $724. So it's hard to say if this house is priced right or not at $620, but let's look at some options. We'll go through this fairly quickly. We're going to be there are many ways to finance this home and other homes. On this one, we're going to be looking at FHA with a temporary 2-1 buy down. If you are a regular here, you should be familiar with 2-1 buy downs, but if you're not, we're going to explain them. Purchase price on this home, $620,000 with FHA with 3.5% down. Now, FHA is not a first-time home buyer specific program. It's really designed to promote home ownership across the board. $608,770 with 3.5% down. Interest rate, according to Mortgage News Daily, the national average today, 5.91. Let's look at a breakdown of our payment. $36.14 is going to be your principal and interest. $375 for those Florida property taxes. Homeowners insurance somewhere around $100 a month. Mortgage insurance, which you're going to have if you put less than 20% down. FHA, it is expensive, but you are getting a better interest rate than compared to conforming, and you are only putting 3.5% down. $272 a month here. That's for the life of the loan. But if the market does what everyone thinks it does is going to do, and interest rates slowly come down or quickly come down, you're going to be able to look at possibly refinancing your home and removing that mortgage insurance depending on what your home value does. So if we add these 4 payments together, I get a total monthly payment of $43.62. Now, even though there's only 43 homes for sale, I think there's some negotiating room, and the way I would negotiate on this deal is, one, use a good agent that's going to give you proper advice, like Gavin Hutkins over at Berkshire Hathaway. And we're going to come in and we're going to write a full price offer at $620,000, and we're going to ask the seller to pay for a temporary 2-1 buy down. Now, how much is that going to cost them? It's going to cost the sellers $13,440. Now, if you were to come in here and let's say you offer $620,000 under asking, you're going to save somewhere around $100 to $120 a month. And that's a big ask, 20 grand. Instead, we're going to come in and we're going to ask the sellers to contribute $13,440 towards our 2-1 buy down. And what that does is, for the first year, it reduces our interest rate to 3.91%. Yes, this Easter, the Easter Bunny could bring you an egg. You could open that egg, and for the first 12 payments on your new house, your interest rate could be 3.91. What that does, it saves you $740 a month for the first 12 payments. So let's say you qualify just fine for a $4,362 mortgage, but you're uncomfortable, right? It's at the high end of your budget. Yes, you can do it, but it makes you nervous. Maybe you're leaving a different neighborhood and you're leaving a 3.5% interest rate, but you want your kids to go to Florida and you'll do whatever it takes. So yes, I can do a $4,300 payment. Well, you can get some relief for the first 2 years. $740 savings a month in year 1. In year 2, your interest rate's reduced by 2%. So 1%. In year 1, your interest rate's reduced by 2%. In year 2, it's reduced by 1%, 2-1 temporary buy down. So now your interest rate for the second year, payments 13 through 24, 4.91, saving you $380 a month for year 2, and then years 3 through 30, you're at your full rate and payment. Now we're hoping for an interest rate somewhere in this next 3 years, for interest rates to present an opportunity to refinance somewhere in the high 4s, low 5s. And if that happens within the first 2 years, now these are all ifs, refinancing is never guaranteed, but if that happens, you may never see the full payment. And if it doesn't happen and rates go up, let's say the conflicts get worse, who knows, like Ray said, who knows what rates are going to do, what kind of things are going to happen in the world that can impact rates. Let's say rates go up, you are protected at that 5.91 because this is a 30-year fixed. Okay, what'd you guys think? YouTube hasn't kicked us off yet for playing Sail Away. I'm going to go back to our legal music. Just want to test it out, see what happens. Okay, you guys ready for house number 2? This is the scandalous edition, listening to rock and roll, copyrighted rock and roll, and dropping swear words on Keeping It Real with Ray. Nothing like an Easter episode to test out some things like that. Okay, now, Gavin Hutkins, friend of the show, has a new listing. It's freaking cool. I haven't dove into the pictures yet because I wanted to have a real reaction. But we are going to 16611 Northeast 188th Avenue in Brush Prairie, Washington. Now, Gavin brought up a good point when he talked to me about this home. Hawkinson and Florida have one thing in common. Hawkinson and Florida are both neighborhoods. So you'll never see an address that says Hawkinson, Washington or Florida, Washington. You'll see Vancouver or Brush Prairie. So this home is technically in Hawkinson, 4 beds, 4 baths, 3,284 square feet, built in 1976. Should I go back to Superstars of the 70s? All right, I'm going back to Superstars of the 70s. How about some Grateful Dead? Maybe that's a new theme. Maybe every time we see a home built in the 70s, we put on Superstars of the 70s. This home is listed by the one and only Gavin Hutkins, friend of the show. Desirable Hawkinson property on 3 private acres, offering space flexibility and multi-generational potential. Thoughtfully designed with dual primary suites, one on the main level, another one on the lower level. This home adapts well to a variety of living arrangements. Updated flooring and fresh paint reflect pride of ownership. The main living area features vaulted ceilings, abundant natural light, and easy access to outdoor spaces, creating a functional and comfortable flow. The kitchen includes an island eating area and ample storage, ideal for both daily living and entertaining. The lower level provides additional living space with a kitchenette, making it well suited for extended living, guest, or private quarters. An oversized, finished, and heated garage includes 240 volt power and is EV charger ready. Mature trees surround the property, offering privacy. Features include a covered RV parking, composite wraparound deck with covered section, and ample space for recreation. Hawkinson School District, conveniently access to nearby amenities. Okay. A lot of cool stuff on this home in that description. Let's look at some pictures. Okay, we're starting off on 44. Here we go. Okay, so there's your covered RV storage, wraparound deck. Very cool house, but the lot is awesome. It's like you're in the woods. Scarlet Pagonia, yeah. Scarlet Pagonia is not on Superstars of the 70s, but trucking is. Okay, 2-car garage, detached. I'm guessing that's the shop they were referring to. Gavin was referred to in the description. Cool driveway. Look at those trees. Super awesome. Nicely landscaped, cool chimney. Love the bullet windows. I can only imagine the light that brings in. Oh, love this path. How cool is that? Looks like maybe stamped concrete. All right, very updated in here. I like the color of paint on the walls. It's not just white. Like the Easter house, it was white, right? This is a very non-offensive but warm, welcoming color they have in here with the fresh paint. I love the character in this entry with the windows. Nice flooring. Okay. Looks like a wood-burning fireplace. They have some candles in there. Ceiling fan, vaulted ceilings. Woodwork around the windows. Very nice windows. Kevin, can you confirm that is a wood-burning fireplace? Nice oversized deck. Yeah, there's those bullet windows bringing in that natural light. Okay, nice kitchen. Painted cabinets. It's amazing what a coat of paint does on cabinets, huh? Got a built-in hutch. Is that what you call that? Built-in hutch or wet bar over there. This looks like our utility room. Bedroom number 1. We're dealing with 3,200 square feet. This bedroom is being used as an office, guest bath, primary. Love this window with the trees. I'm guessing this is our primary bath. Downstairs, this is that separate living area. Looks like new carpet. Like the archway. Again, those windows down here kind of match the ones of the entry. Wow, this kitchenette looks bigger than the kitchen upstairs. Another utility room, bathroom. Very cool. Okay, here's our garage they're using as a shop. Well lit, oversized. Looks like a storage shed. There's our composite deck. Covered in the back. Porch swing. Very nice. There's our lot. Very nice listing, Gavin. Currently in Brush Prairie, there are only 24 homes for sale. That's slow. The median list price, $905. For homes that are pending, $679. What are we listening to here? Let's go back to our stream beats. Turn off Superstars of the 70s. Sold price $890 is the average. There's all Gavin's contact information. Okay, this time we're using that same temporary 2-1 buy down. And the 2-1 buy down is not a loan program. It's a loan feature you can add to any program. So here is how I would finance this home. There are many ways to do it. Purchase price $819. We're going to put 20% down in this scenario, bringing our loan amount to $655,200. Interest rate 6.45 is the national average according to Mortgage News Daily. Let's look at a breakdown of our payment. $41.19 is our principal and interest. Property taxes, not bad for this much acreage in Hawkinson, $612 a month. Homeowners insurance, somewhere around $150 a month. No mortgage insurance. Total payment, $48.81. we're going to ask the sellers to contribute $14,878 towards our 2-1 buy down. I don't think that's very aggressive, or I don't think it's insulting to ask for that, especially if you come in at a full price offer. I think that's very reasonable in this market. And that's going to save you $819 a month by bringing down your interest rate to 4.45 on a conforming loan, 30-year fix for the first 12 payments, giving you some breathing room for the first year. In year 2, your interest rate is 5.45, saving you $420 a month for year 2. And then years 3 through 30, you're at your full payment. And we're looking for a refinance opportunity somewhere in the low 5s where possibly we may never see the full payment. And then you can see your cash to close on this home somewhere around $176,000 with 20% down. Okay, 9:42. Should we have time for one more? Should we do a rapid fire? Does anybody have an address they want me to run? If not, I have a third home. Coffee is done. I forgot what home I picked. Let's see if I still want to show it. Oh yeah. We're going to rapid fire this one. I'm going to fire it in there, Mrs. Steinmann. We are going to, maybe I don't want to show this one. Forgot Mrs. Steinmann's in the chat. If she sees this house, we're going to have to go drive by it, and then we're going to have to figure out how we can afford it. You're welcome, Gavin. Thank you for everything you do to support the channel. All the data you send, and just your support in general as a friend and business partner. Gavin Hutkins over at Berkshire Hathaway, you're a good guy. Okay, I'll do it. 19108 Northeast 105th Court, Battleground, Washington. 4 beds, 3 baths. 2506. I'm going to get weird, okay? Mrs. Steinmann and I watched the new Bob Lazar documentary. If you don't know who Bob Lazar is, I'm not going to go into it. But as he's being interviewed, he's in his lab at his house. He converted his shop to a lab where he does all of his science experiments. And my wife said, "You need a lab." Can you believe that? I'm in my lab now. It's a little bedroom in our house that I've converted to a studio. And Mrs. Steinmann, this shop could be converted into a lab. Built in 2001, sitting on just shy of 2 acres, 4 beds, 3 baths, 2506 square feet. This home is listed by John. John says, beautiful, I love a short description, as long as there's good nuggets in here. Beautiful home with shop. I'm going to say it like he typed it. Beautiful home with shop on 1.9 acres. This 2,506 square foot, 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath features LVP flooring, vaulted ceilings, gas fireplace, forced air heat with AC, quartz countertops, pantry, under-the-counter lighting, freestanding double oven range, tile backsplash, large primary suite, newly updated primary bathroom, double vanity sinks, freestanding soaking tub, roll-in tile shower, walk-in closet, laundry room with built-in cabinets, water feature sprinkler system, mature landscaped yard, boat and RV parking, paved driveway, 3-car garage with custom cabinetry, 24x40 insulated shop with loft, power, and heat pump. This home is a must-see. John Bishop, shout out to you. That is not written by ChatGPT. That is a one run-on sentence description, and I love it to death. It's not a romantic novel. It gives me everything I need to know when I look at these pictures. Great job, John Bishop. Let's give him a shout out. If you see this video, John, reach out to me. I'd love to feature more of your listings. Premier Property Group, John and Jason Bishop. Okay, we are in Battleground. How deep in Battleground are we? Not too deep at all. Just in between Battleground and Brush Prairie, so south of 502. Great location. Let's look at some pictures. This home is listed for $950,000. I'm just going to scroll this time. We're not going to go slide by slide, but how cool is this blacktop driveway with a big loop and then a separate concrete driving to your shop or lab? We're going to skip the 3D tour. Sorry, we're out of time to do a 3D tour, but love the curb appeal. Interesting garage doors. Built in 2001. From the exterior, it looks fairly up to date. Cool pillars. Storm door. Very well maintained landscaping. Okay, as we go into our living room, we have vaulted ceilings. Love the fixtures in here. Yes, I filtered out. I was going to say something, but decided not to. It's about this lamp. It's very 70s. I was going to put on Superstars of the 70s again, but I'm not going to. This home was built in 2001, and I'm not listening to any music from 2001. We're going to stick with the string beats. Looks like fresh carpet. Love the windows. Love the woodwork around the windows. Lots of natural light. And the pride of looking over your beautifully landscaped 2 acres. I mean, it's really, really nice in there. Nice kitchen. Looks like painted cabinets. Quartz countertops. Love the tile backsplash. The laminate floor looks great in here. Nice appliances. Love. Okay, I want to get to the living room because I don't know if Mrs. Steinmann sold on it yet. But look what they did here with these built-ins and this beautiful fireplace. I love it. And I don't think I'd put a TV in there. I like it just the way it is. Office space, skylights, bedrooms. This looks like a guest bath. Utility room upstairs, very nice. Here's our primary, sitting area. Wow, look at the primary bath. Very cool tub. Dual vanity. Love the tile everywhere. Beautiful walk-in closet. Cool tile on the floor in the guest bath. Dual vanity in the guest bath. Fresh carpet in the guest bedrooms. Fire pit outside. Pond. Probably negotiate a riding lawnmower in the contract. You have I love the side garage door for your riding lawnmower in your shop or lab. I gotta tell you, this is well lit to be a lab. But how cool is this shop? You got a loft area up here. Looks like they're using it as an office. Very cool shop. Beautiful home, priced right. I think, what's this? Oh, this is the garage. So this is the garage that's on the house. Love it. They even have a sink out in the garage. I think this home is priced right at $950, guys. 151 homes in Battleground. We're not going to go over the statistics. This is rapid fire. 30% down, 30-year fixed with the 2-1 temporary buy down. The 2-1 temporary buy down in this scenario is going to cost the sellers $15,000. Purchase price $950. Loan amount $665. Payment breakdown. Property taxes $531. Homeowners insurance somewhere around $150 a month. Principal and interest $41.81 at the national average of 6.41, right? 6.45. Total payment $48.62 with $311,000 out of pocket, most likely coming from the proceeds of the house you're selling. If we add that 2-1 temporary buy down, it's $15,000 to the seller, but our interest rate drops to 4.45 the first year, saving us $831 a month for year 1. Year 2, interest rate 5.45, saving us $426 a month. And then years 3 through 30, we're at the full rate. Guys, thank you for spending your Easter Eve Saturday morning on the My Mortgage Hound live stream. Appreciate everybody. Like, subscribe, tell your friends, share this video, get people to watch it afterwards. If YouTube didn't kick me off of YouTube for playing Superstars of the 70s, I will see you back here next week with a new overlay. Everybody, happy Easter. Enjoy the time with your family and loved ones, and we'll see you back here next Saturday. Bye, everybody.